Good morning, my faithful loyal YouTube subscribers. Today is Thursday, I believe it's the 14th of May. The year is 2020, and I am sitting here having a cup of coffee. Just made it too. Got the sugar all over the damn cup. What the hell am I doing? Made some nice hot coffee. Perfect, nice and hot. Okay. Love and Hip Hop, which is a local Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, which is a local reality TV show, starts here with broke niggas pretending like they rich. One of the stars, actors, was arrested on bank fraud charges. Atlanta reality TV star has been arrested on federal bank fraud charges. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star Maurice Fayne has been charged in connection to a Paycheck Protection Program loan he obtained in the name of Flame Trucking. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Atlanta announced Wednesday. They say Fayne, who claimed to be the sole owner of Flame Trucking in Georgia, applied for a PPP loan through the United Community Bank in April, asking for more than $3.7 million. Now, the PPP loans is the Payment Protection Program loans put out through the stimulus programs to keep businesses alive by the coronavirus and running around here eating people. So he decided he's going to go apply for a loan for $3.7 million for his so-called Flame Trucking Company. The 37-year-old, who also goes by Arkansas Mo, I guess he's a rapper, I don't know, ended up receiving a little more than $2 million. And prosecutors said he ended up using the items for personal items. Well, what did he buy? $2 million. The defendant allegedly took advantage of the emergency lending provisions of the Paycheck Protection Program. Emergency lending provisions mean they didn't verify shit, they just sent the money. That were intended to assist employees and small business being battered by the coronavirus people-eating monster. I added that part in. We will investigate and charge anyone who inappropriately diverts these critical funds for their personal gain. What did this nigga buy? Damn. $2.2 million. I mean, wow. You got a trucking company, you could have brought trucks and hired drivers and shit. What did he do? Let's see what he did. They say he spent more than $1.5 million of the loan proceeds toward the purchase of $85,000 in jewelry, including a Rolex presidential watch, a diamond bracelet, and a 5.73 carat diamond ring for himself. He didn't even buy, but he leased a 2019, he can get the 2020 model, Rolls-Royce Wraith to make loan payments, and he proceeded to pay $40,000 for child support. He brought close to $1 million worth of jewelry. The defendant allegedly stole money meant to assist hard-hit employees and businesses during these very trying, difficult times. And instead, he greedily, that's what the feds said, that nigga used the money to bankroll his lavish purchases of jewelry and other personal items. He's going to put his ass under that damn jail. The department remains steadfast in our efforts to root out and prosecute frauds against the Paycheck Protection Program. The money from the small business loan was intended to fund the payroll of the 107 employees of his trucking company. 107 employees of his trucking. Where are they at? Lying motherfucker. At least the nigga greedy. He should have went that damn high. At least just got a little bit of money. He didn't try to take the whole. Did he really think he was going to get this $2 million loan? These folks were not going to investigate this trucking company he claimed he had with 107 employees. After that money went through, that I already got that file and said, look at this shit. Okay, something ain't right with this shit. Where these trucks at? She probably started Googling information and she probably pulled up that bank account they put that money in, pulling records, and saw this nigga out there shopping at the jewelry store. He probably didn't transfer money to another account. This is shocking to me that this fool did this. He's out on bond. That I saw on the news this morning. He's out on bond. They gave him a $10,000 bond. And he's at his home nice house somewhere. They were hiding the address and stuff. People gonna drive by that damn house roasting his ass. Earlier this month, Fayne met with prosecutors and denied the allegations. Monday, federal agents extended a search warrant on his Dracula home. That's where he was. Taking the 4-minute items and the evidence. They seized everything, you know. Agents seized a little more than $500,000 left from the loan in 3 bank accounts. Now, let's go back to this loan. They gave this nigga $2.2 million. Y'all know, if you know anything about the trucking industry, the money was supposed to be used first to pay employees, pay your rent, anything business related. He probably could have slid by with purchasing some trucks and hiring some employees and putting them motherfuckers on the road. The Fed's probably been like, okay, well, he did use the money for this. If he could have accounted for every dime of that money. Now, I don't know if buying trucks could have been considered buying equipment for his company. But the money was to keep the economy going, keep people working, keep jobs so the economy don't, the coronavirus don't eat the jobs too. The coronavirus eating people. We definitely don't need to eat jobs because it's going to be just a bad situation here. Although we need people to work these jobs. But hey, $2.2 million and you go shopping. Rolex. Did he not think these people were not going to follow that money? That's just the part that surprised me about this ignorant nigga. But I can guarantee there's going to be a lot more arrests with that money that was thrown into the United States economy to keep people employed. People who had access to that money are going to blow it all. Some people, a lot of people, and they're going to go to federal prison. This man is going to prison for years. $2 million. Okay, so the feds have a system where they base your crime upon the dollar amount. He applied for $3.7 million. So they're not going to just look at the $2.2 million, $2 million he got. They're actually going to apply that 3.7 what he originally applied for. Double. Because they're going to roast his ass. So I know how them feds play. You don't fuck with them. Then they said he had the nerve to be Googling on his phone what countries don't extradite back to the United States. Nigga, every country on planet Earth going to extradite your black ass back to the USA. You ain't, Cuba don't even have that, allow you to do that shit no more. You done stole these folks' money. Why? What made him think he'd get away with this? That's the thing that shocks me. He did it so quick. But there will be a lot of people. Y'all know if y'all remember Katrina in New Orleans had that, down in New Orleans, they had the hurricane and they had Katrina and people were displaced. And they gave out millions of dollars to help the Katrina victims. But there were a lot of people I personally knew here in Atlanta who applied for money for this Katrina assistance that didn't went nowhere near New Orleans when that shit went down. They came and got them. There was an oil leak down in the Gulf of Mexico many years ago that had an impact on Destin and all these beaches and stuff. And areas in the Gulf of Mexico. I don't know if it went on for days and days and days and days and days, this oil leak. And they put money into the system then and they rushed money out to help these people who lived in these areas who were affected by this. When companies took millions and billions of dollars. And they got them too. Because they're going to audit the money. They have auditors that just sit there. That's all their job is to just sit there and audit files. And to see who this person was, she probably Googled that nigga and looked at that damn shit. I mean, y'all, come on. You can Google anybody these damn days. Whoever was the auditor was right on the money and said, okay, this is fraud right here. And she probably made a phone call and they rode by that house and they're looking for these trucks and they don't see no trucking company. They probably went by the address that he said the trucking company was, but they didn't see no damn trucks. Where's Flame Trucking? And y'all know this? They said Flame Trucking. This is Flame Strippers Club. What are you talking about? Ain't no truck stop over here. We have truckers that come through here. This nigga didn't even try to attempt to divert the money and take some type of business of some sort. You go shopping. A Rolls Royce. Didn't lease it. At least could have paid cash for sticking in your mama's name. They still would have got it back any damn way, but my goodness. You leased it. A $350,000 car. Jewelry. What is these niggas in jewelry? What is it? I once had a Rolex Rock, I once had a Rolex watch I purchased way back in the 90s. It was I didn't get no $80,000 watch. It was one of the, I bought that watch for about $1,800 back then. How long ago? It was about 30 years ago. I sold that watch for way more than what I paid for it. It did go up in value. And it was a brand new watch when I purchased it. But this is ridiculous. That man deserved every day in prison. They gonna give him this. This is the same shit that man that was married to, from Real Housewives, Apollo, who did all his bank fraud and threw his ass in federal prison. That he took the money and threw it on strippers at a strip club. Apollo, I forget that nigga's name, who was married to the attorney that's not on, I can't think of the person's name, that attorney. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What? Here we are in some of the most trying times that I've personally seen in years, where people are really struggling out here. People are dying out here. People are struggling to feed their families, having a tough time with everything. Here you get something that people dream about, and you could have used it. Like I said, I don't know if he could legally have used that money also to purchase trucks and people on the road. But I think the feds might have been more lenient on it if he thought he had an actual trucking company with drivers out on the road and people were out there working, and you trying to round up 107 employees to do something. 107 employees. Who are these people? No, none, because they didn't exist. He's going to be in prison by more than a decade, at least, or more. And everybody else that steals money from this program, they're going to throw the book at their asses. It's just a matter of time, because there will be other people that will be caught too. There will be others. I was shocked to find AutoNation, one of America's largest dealership chains, worth billions of dollars, where it was worth billions of dollars for the coronavirus. It just jumped down on their ass. They got $100 million from the PPE program, and they're being forced to give that money back. $100 million to a dealership worth billions. That's not what that money was for. The money was meant for small businesses to stay afloat, and they gained the system and applied for all their different dealerships under different numbers and all this stuff. Just, I see it as fraud. But they did. The Board of Nations, Nations. I just said that place. AutoNation is voted to give the money back because they don't want to go to federal prison. Dang, stupid, get that money back. Oh Lord, they didn't call our ass. Why that shit back now? But back to this food. That's the thing about Atlanta that scares me. You don't know who. I see guys all the time. I drive nice cars myself. I like cars and stuff. But you see people really living it up here. I mean, like, really living it up. And you always say, you kind of look at them and say, what do they do? You just see them in these beautiful houses and high rises and all this stuff. And, you're like, well, what do they do for a living? Nothing. Fraud all day long. That's it. That's it. This man probably been doing fraud all his life. He just, this was his biggest one ever. He just was like celebrating. Now you're going to be celebrating behind bars. I would never have applied for that type of money through that program. You're going to take a little bit of the money versus you get a little bit of money, but you done took the whole kit and caboodle, $2 million. Like I said, they're going to base the case against him on the $3.7 million that he fraudulently filed for, because they're going to throw the book at his ass. They're going to use that number, 3.7. This is going to get him years in prison. And fast. They ain't gonna be sitting behind by bars praying that the coronavirus don't bite his ass right in that prison system. I don't know what people be thinking. It make you wonder, what do people be thinking? Look at this on mute. Oh, it did. I don't know what people be thinking. I don't know what these people be thinking when they do this type of crazy shit. What is the point? What's the point of it? You're going to get caught any damn way. Somebody texted me. But did you get it? Yeah. But anyway, I don't know why I'm up here burning up in this damn house. It's only about, I got the fan on up there. I hear that fan over there blowing. It's nice and cool in here. But I'm over here like, could be this hot coffee too. It's hot coffee. I want to come back in a few minutes and do a video about Lil Bosey and his ignorant ass. Lil Bosey and what his ignorant ass did with his 2 children. But I'm gonna come back. So, hold on. I need to get off the phone. I know y'all probably like, what is he doing? Anyway, can't wait to read you all's thoughts and opinions about the $2 million theft from the PPE Payment Protection Program. And what would you have done with that $2 million? Well, if you had been lucky enough to get hold of that money, could you have done the right thing with it? I think I could have, because trucks, you can pick up semis right now. So what if you had got that money, what would you have done with it? If you could have ever done something as crazy as he did? Because I think that you can get semi-tractor trailers for very reasonable prices at this point. Although I know some friends of mine in the trucking company right now, they say the rates have dropped drastically. Some people are doing well in the trucking company industry. Some people are not doing well. It's just a matter of what they're shipping and where it's going to, and the role that all this stuff plays in it. So. But anyway, I just wanted to get you all's opinions about this. If you've seen the story, again, the man's name is, let me see, what did I just do with it? Dang it. I just keep losing this thing. Let's see. Oh, his name was Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star Maurice Fayne. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I don't know anything about that program at all. I don't really watch reality TV show like that. I just think that shit is ignorant as fucking hell, and I just can't. I don't watch Housewives of Atlanta. I don't watch none of that reality TV. I just don't care for it. If I thought it had something positive to gain from it, it just ain't nothing positive about that mess. Maybe I'm going to come back about Lil Bosey. Give me a few minutes. I really want to talk about that. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all back in a few minutes. Today is, what is today? Today is Thursday. I believe it's the 14th. The year is 2020. We're still in the coronavirus. It's the coronavirus. Hey, coronavirus. See y'all later. Coronavirus.